Hey, good morning everybody. So we're on to day 2. We got our back patio poured and stamped yesterday. Doing the front patio today in Astro Slate with gray color. About 400 square feet here. That was about 700 square feet. 8.5 yards, colored concrete. So we're just getting ready to go at 6 a.m. in the morning. Early concrete today. Yesterday we got done stamping at about 9 o'clock in the morning. All done. So I'm assuming it'll be about the same today. Supposed to be 90 today. Yesterday was a pretty nice day actually. It was cloudy and in the 70s. Probably the perfect day for stamping. So I'm sure today's concrete will act a little bit differently. That sun's going to be up beating on this for a little bit. So we'll have to hustle.
You sure it's going to be enough for you?
Yep, that'll be good. Probably start in that corner. So I can back you up and jig you out.
Yep.
Alright, so today we're going to talk about 2 mistakes that you might be making when you're going to stamp concrete. These are pretty easy ones to underestimate, so that's why I thought this video was important. Now what we're doing is we're pouring a front porch here. It's about 400 square feet, so it's kind of long and narrow. It's got some roof lines to it. It's got a bunch of posts in it. It's got some trim work up against the house. It's got some trim work up against the house that we'll be dealing with. So all these come into play when you're stamping concrete. Now what we're doing right now is we're getting ready to pour this thing, and a lot of times when the concrete comes out of the back of the truck and it hits that chute right there, it wants to splatter. So we're just trying to control the splatters up there on the trim the best we can by covering the chutes a little bit. But as far as stamping goes, you know, it's a little bit different every single day you stamp, depending on where you're at, what the temperatures are, if the sun's up, if it's going to be cloudy. You know, there's all kinds of little details that come into play that you can really underestimate if you don't do it every single day and you're not prepared for it. So today, as you'll see in the video, one of the easiest things to underestimate, but is a critical mistake, is thinking that you're going to start stamping the concrete right here where you start pouring it. Like, that might not be the case. So you got to be prepared to actually start stamping the concrete wherever the concrete's ready to be stamped later on here in the process, which could be, you know, an hour from now, it could be 2 hours from now, however the concrete starts to set up. And one of the biggest elements that'll come into play with that is where the sun hits the concrete first. So if where we're starting here is going to be in the shade because of the way the house is blocking the sun, versus where we finish up pouring might be in the sun the whole time, there's a pretty good chance we'll probably start stamping on the other end of this first, even though we're starting to pour right here. So pretty easy to underestimate that thing if that part of it, if you don't do stamping a lot. And you just got to be prepared for that, you know. And part of being prepared for that, obviously, is the experience of stamping, which if you don't have that, it's hard to prepare for it. But that's what I'm making these videos for, just to give you a little bit of an idea of what might happen. And you'll see where we start stamping this job today right here isn't right here where we're pouring starting first. So, and it's going to be a little bit unique in a way where we start. A little bit different than most jobs that we have to do. So the second thing that you can really underestimate in a job like this isn't what we consider like a large stamp job. It's just, you know, it's a small to medium sized stamp job. But one of the details you can really underestimate here when you go to start stamping is the detail that you'll need to do because of, number one, that trim board that's overhanging the house a little bit. You got to get up underneath there with the stamps, and sometimes that can be difficult to do. And then all these posts that were going around, those are all gonna have to be done like individually almost. When you go to stamp, you're gonna have to wrap the stamps around the post. There's gonna be some places where the stamp doesn't hit maybe as good as out in the middle, and you got to kind of detail that part by hand. There's going to be places you have to touch up with a touch-up tool going all the way around the post as well as up against the building. So there's a lot of little hand detail that needs to be done versus if there were no posts here or no trim and you were just stamping this like right out in the open, this would be 10 times easier to do. So those are two really big details that you're going to have to watch out for. You know, if you're thinking about stamping concrete, you can take my Stamp Concrete course. That's down in the description below. That helps teach you all those little details. Gives you a really good experience as far as what to know, what to look for. It teaches you the timing of when to start finishing. That's probably one of the biggest things you need to learn when stamping concrete. Is timing is so critical when starting stamping, because if you start late, you're going to be behind the 8 ball the whole time through. Probably not going to come out as nice as you think. If you start too early, then that can cause some other types of problems too, we cover in the course. But anyway, there's a lot of detail that needs to be done. You can see there's 5 of us here, and the 5 of us are going to be busy stamping too when we get going. But because that 4 of us here are really experienced, it's going to make this stamp job actually look quite easy, a lot easier than what it really is. So take a look at the video. Let me know what you got for questions and comments, and post them down in the comments, and I'll try to answer them the best I can. If you want to learn more about stamping, definitely check out my Stamp Concrete course, or you could join the Concrete Underground. Either way, you'll learn about stamping in there.
You pull a little bit of that right under the chute backwards, and we'll just have them run a little bit, Luke. Just a little bit, please. I think when you get ready, you can just pull ahead and wash out in that mess I made. Maybe a little bit ahead of it so you don't have to walk in it. Good job today.
Yeah, thank you. Just nice work.
Thank you. You see the stamp thing we did yesterday?
I just went on back.
Yeah.
Take out of there.
That's a nice stamp. This one's going to be more of a ashlar, like a slate rock. Alright, so that'll do it for the pour. We've probably got a good hour before we can even touch that. What we're going to do now is we're going to clean. We sawed this already this morning. Now we're going to pressure wash it, clean it, and then basically just let it dry out. Teak wash it. You'll see how we teak wash it today. We're going to put some charcoal teak wash on it, and then let it dry out, and we can hopefully maybe seal it tomorrow.
Good news is the panels got damaged, so there's 2 new panels coming. All inside.
The whole thing. You said that. Play the corner spread it. That's good. Do you want to go that way some?
Well, yeah, we will. We can start picking up from the middle though.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Need a little spray there, or are you good?
I'm gonna play about that sun going on.
On these fancy ones.
Flip flops.
What are those things? Oh, yeah. Right here. Just another more complicated put on. Thank you.
You what?
I'm gonna take that blue one and then I'll give that black one open.
What do you? Oh. Yeah,
I would just, I mean, I got
doesn't
black,
matter.
black.
It's alright. As long as you got blue, green, and black.
Right there.
Let's get them up anyway. You hold this 180 degrees, right? That's what I thought.
That will loaded. Where my touch-up tool? We should bring our baseball stamp out.
Oh.
Was it?
I'll get up there a little bit so I can roll that.
Yeah.
What would you say is kind of your most common stamp you're using?
Probably this one.
This one, yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. No, okay.
What's up?
Before I set that, I don't want to put this one.
You want to put that one in?
Yeah.
You want to spray? Is it sprayed out there enough yet?
I think we'll want to, yeah, touch that up with a roller too. Yeah. Yep.
I get the roller right here for you, Dan.
That goes right there.
I'll get going. This is all sprayed here. Do you want me to set one there? You want to set one right here?
Yep, if you got one,
We can-
we can set one there, yeah. How we doing, all right?
I start throwing BP at about.
Tell you why, Lou. Why are you being mean? I thought you.
Those have all been tamped.
Okay.
I think I'm debating is whether or not to leave that. Cut a joint here. Leave that one big stone right there. Maybe use the light roller on there a little bit. What do you think?
Yeah.
It's either that or we put one of these in there. I think a big stone would be okay.
I can put that green one there if you wanted.
I guess we can look at it and see what the rocks look like. No sense of putting two little dinky rocks there. It goes like that, right? Is that
Yep.
great?
Yep.
All right, we'll just cut them in. Big one. Leave that one.
Coffee through.
Pretty firm. This one, I think we could run that one just right here. Looks like one big rock right around that pillar. If you want.
These are actually up above the concrete end. So I can take my multi tools, cut these, pull right around. Yeah. Every one of them posts is up above the concrete.
I left this morning, my house was 63.
Oh, you guys took that ladder out. Okay. Trying to figure out how.
For a little bit.
Yeah.
He's waiting to take his ASVABs and. All right, so that'll do it for today. It's about 9 a.m. now. I think we got done pouring around 7 a.m. So she's all stamped. Tomorrow we'll come back, we'll saw it, we'll teak wash it, and just let it sit and get it ready for sealing. Because they're Norge-Walk, right?
I know the guy that was helping me form this up here. He's a carpenter,
Yeah.
but he helps a guy pour floors, and that's who he kept saying was they I think yeah.
What they were before.
Exactly.
And whether or not they kept the same number, I'm not sure. I guess I could try it.
That's actually what he told me. Was it used to be that brands.
Because all them guys knew me, the brands.
Yeah.